Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to everybody watching across the world. I'm your host, Riley Pearson, and this is the Pearson Podcast, where we talk about fun stuff, deep stuff, meaningful stuff, embarrassing stuff, cool stuff, raw stuff. You know what I mean? If you have a drink, take a sip, and let's get started. Delicious. So, hope you're all doing well. I don't know if I've said that already, but hope you are doing fantabulous, or as well as you can be doing in your current situation, which, if it's bad, I know it'll get better. So, in this episode, if you will, and let me just open up that PV logo, you know what I'm saying? Just so you don't have to look at my desktop. So, and if you didn't watch the previous episode, you now know that design right there, well, a different version of that design, but I got a tattoo of that on the old Caffaroo. Yeah, I got my first tattoo. super excited about that. But yeah. So, what I'm going to be talking about in this episode are some very important things. Oh yeah, and by the way, sorry I missed Monday yesterday. I'm honestly going through some things that will be resolved shortly. I'm just letting you know. I'm just going through some weird stuff right now, but menopause. But that's why I missed Monday. That's why I haven't started the Pearson podcast clips. That's why I haven't done a lot of stuff. But I'm gaining subscribers. 93 of you. Thank you so much for clicking subscribe. 93 people. Wow. Beautiful thing. Yeah, I'm almost to 100 subs. That's crazy. I remember I started a Minecraft channel back in let me see if I could get the accurate answer before I guess. I believe it was bear with me. I can get it. Hold on just a second. Folks, I am trying to find the date of my Minecraft videos. Okay. So I stopped. It was 8 years ago. My last Minecraft video seems to be 7 years ago, actually. So my last one was October 20th, 2013. Wow. It's actually quite close to today's date. But let's see what my first one was. And I did them every day. Or maybe every week. I forgot what it was. But yeah, and then my first one was 2013, June 6th. Made it from June to October, so I've already made it further. But yeah, I got 100 subscribers, and I was like, holy crap, that's actually crazy. The channel now has 135 subscribers. And I guess if you're wondering what that channel is, it's RPGman007. I joined July 1st, 2010. Crazy. It's crazy thinking back to that. When I made Minecraft videos, they're all private now, but it's just crazy thinking back to that, like if I would have kept on doing that, like heck, I'm very happy how my life is going and how it went, back when I stopped doing Minecraft videos and blah blah blah. But I mean, I am. It's hard for me to say. I'm 100% certain, but I am almost 100% certain that those Minecraft videos would have worked out because, my personality was, I was funny and I was good at Minecraft. I was playing it for a very long time. But my production quality was always like super, super good, editing and everything like that. So, like light years ahead, what even the biggest Minecraft YouTubers were doing at the time. Oh yeah, sorry about this mic. It fluctuating in volume, me getting further and closer. I still don't exactly know the perfect distance. I don't know if it's like a comedian mic where you like put your mouth up against it or what, or if it's a fist away or whatever. But you have to be close. That's all I know. So sorry about that. I'm gonna be finding some sort of post processing thing to where a limiter and blah blah for the audio. So that'll be good, and to where it'll cut out the background noise, which a lot of it, if it's just like it's my computer fan. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me actually tell you what we're talking about. And I'm sure I'm going to remember why I talked about all the previous stuff and then completely get off track again, but that's normal. So yeah, thankful so much to everybody that has subscribed. Almost 100 subscribers. And I believe I was thinking about opening a Patreon at 100 subscribers, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. So, in this episode, and if you don't want to know, if you just wanted to be a surprise, go ahead and skip 30 seconds or so. 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. I'm going to be discussing some TV shows that I've watched recently. SquidGame, big popular thing. Schitts Creek, and a new Netflix original called Sexy Beast. And, SquidGame's a Netflix original as well. And if you're wondering, Schitts Creek is a CBC original. I'm going to be talking about those. I'm talking about my gaming PC again, but with a twist. Short films, something that has to do with short films. And then thinking about a possibly, I don't know how I want to put this, possibly going back to college for something. So before we get into whatever I'm going to be talking about first, please sit back, relax, and take a sip of whatever brew you have. Okay. So I'll just shoot off the easy ones real quick. My gaming PC. Thought about it for a very long time. I really did. I think I've had this gaming PC for who knows, a week, 2 weeks, who knows. But it's 1,400 bones, and I've got, and one, I'm trying to save like a mofo, and two, that's a lot of bones just in general. You know what I mean? And I've got so many other things that I need to buy. That's expensive. It's like, if it's cheap and I really want it, it's God. You know what I mean? Just kidding. No, but it's like, I don't know. It's just so difficult as you get older that the things that you really, I guess it makes sense because of the reason I just said. What I was about to say is, as you get older, the things you want become more expensive, but it's because of the very reason I just said, where if there's something that, is a lot cheaper, I don't know, $200 not cheap, but it's like, not like $1,400 expensive. You just buy it if you're really gonna use it, and most of the times people do. And that's the thing. It's like, I love this gaming PC. I really do. And I could make gaming videos and blah blah blue and play with my friends and brothers, but I don't know. It's so difficult because I could, it's $1,400. I'm going to Japan. I'm going to, I want to get a laser eye surgery possibly. I want to, literally the list goes on and on. I could just talk to you about things that I want for around $1,000 for like, just keep going on and on. So yeah, that's where I am on the gaming PC as of now. Still trying to find a comfortable position to sit, by the way. It's like, I don't know, it's difficult to find a position, but yeah, I forgot what I was even talking about. Alright, gaming PC. Alright, so, thank you all for watching. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so, got the gaming PC out of the way. Yeah, I'm still kind of thinking about it, but, it's a tough decision. But I am returning it. No, I'm just going to. It's like I talked to my grandpa about it, and he told me a lot of advice. He always tells me a lot of good advice. But one thing that he told me that really hit home was, as I'm talking about this, I'm forgetting. Usually when you do something or if you buy something and if you get that, weird gut feeling, that's usually enough to point out that you're uncertain about, or you don't feel 100% about a decision that you've recently done. And luckily, what he said is when you have an opportunity to, excuse me, pardon me, if you have an opportunity to return said decision, object, whatever, then that's a gift to be able to do that, because there's a lot of things that, can't return. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any receipts. If you can hear that, that's my little brother's a clock. A clock. Jesus. Timer. 8:23 in the morning, Tuesday, October 12th, ladies and gentlemen. It is stormy for the next 7 days where I'm at. And yes, sir. But yeah, that advice that my grandpa told me was hugely beneficial, like everything he tells me. Alright, so short films coming soon. Alright. I've been itching to make a short film for a long time, blah blah blah. If you don't know, I made a lot of short films in the past and kind of have just been busy for, years, but I just haven't made here's the thing. I've never truly actually gone balls deep into the amount of short filming that I wanted to, script, like a whole script, props, actually getting good actors, like all that stuff. So that and those, those are coming. With this first one, because those will take a lot of time, as I'm sure you know. I'm going to spend a lot of time on them. Like I said, just the props, I'm like, if there's some, like a creature, like a dummy prop, I have to paper mache that out, or I have to buy it off of Amazon or whatever. So yeah, it's going to take a lot of time, but why I mention that is those are definitely coming, and those are going to be boom, smacking. But the one that we're planning on doing, and I say we because it's me, my little brother Spencer, and Josiah, are the people that are producing it, and then I'll get some other friends to act in it. But yeah, we're all making it. Josiah's helping me. We're all helping with like the story and like what happens. I'm shooting and editing it. Josiah is making the score, and Spencer's probably gonna act in it. He's a good actor. Um, so let's see here. So the first one that we make, the one that you guys are gonna probably see first, is going to be a short film, I guess if you can call it that. It'll be like, 5, 6, 7 minutes, something around there. And that will just be some of my friends. We won't be going like 100% out. Basically, just there won't be a lot or any dialogue, and there won't be any actors that like are volunteer that aren't one of my friends. You know what I mean? But I think that should be fine because it's going to be just a short action sequence. A short action sequence, just having fun, and because I've just been so motivated, so motivated from TV shows and movies I've been watching recently. So yeah, I've just been crazy pumped to watch or to make a short film. So short films are coming. I've just been crazy slacking. Like I just really have been crazy slacking. So that's why there hasn't been a short film in. Well, I mean, I guess you can consider the travel videos short films as well, maybe, but. And then the Arizona vlog is coming too. I'm sorry, that still has not come. I'm being realistic with myself. It's probably not going to be out until November 1st, probably. And what ties into that is like I forgot what I was talking about before this, but I put so much pressure. Oh, it's because it's a short films. I haven't made a short film because anything that I do, it's like, especially to that, like going out and filming and editing and everything. It's like I just put on. I put on too much pressure for myself. It's just like too much pressure for it to be perfect in every way, and I should just know. I'm like, it's not gonna be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, but I don't know. It's not good, but because I know people just want content. They're not gonna look at it and be like, ooh, that's perfectly edited there or whatever. They literally just want things to watch, but yeah. So we'll see about that. I don't even know what I just said. I'm just sorry, friends. Little, like I said, little off. Little off. All right. Let's talk about. Let's see. I've done returning the gaming PC. Man, I want to get my eyes fixed so badly. Like, I love wearing glasses. Well, I wouldn't say I love wearing glasses, but I actually low-key do very much enjoy just wearing glasses. Like, it's always safety goggles for your face. And the wind's blowing in your face, rain, snow. I'm Gucci, baby. I've got safety goggles. Plus, if people are gonna go for the eye poker, blocked. But yeah, it's like even with glasses, I'm looking at my computer screen, and it kind of has like that kind of glowing effect with like font and stuff. But whatever. I'll cross that bridge when the time comes. All right. I already talked about returning the game PC, short films, 100 subscribers. Okay, so there's one more thing I'm going to talk about before I get into the TV shows. So, let me take a sip before we do. Sorry, I haven't really like come up with the best like thing to do when I'm taking a sip, you know what I mean? Like, but instead of just saying, oh, I'm gonna take a sip, y'all take a sip too. Like it's like Blue's Clues or something. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's get down to the juice. I'm just kidding. Alright. So this is something that I've thought about for a while, actually. I mean, kinda. It's just been something in the back of my mind, and me saying this is not a deciding factor whatsoever. But I've been stinking of this thought of going back to college and getting a teaching certificate so I can teach film and graphic design at, some sort of school. Just to be able to do that, do something that I actually really truly enjoy, and do the podcast and everything I just said on the side. I honestly feel, I like teaching. I think, yeah, I believe I do, and heck, I mean, skill wise, it's hard to say this without sounding like a ding dong, but I've got all that I need, like plenty, No offense, but no offense, but my graphic designer teacher in senior high school, I was basically the teacher assistant. She just would always be like, "Riley, can you come back and help me out here?" Like she didn't even know. But yeah, I just hopefully that didn't sound douchey or anything. But lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. It's like if I could just do that, for high school, obviously college would be better, more advanced stuff, but I think I could come up with the coolest assignments, with like Photoshop or film, because the film, yeah, I would love that. I think at least it would, be going, bowing down to the all-seeing eye, slightly. You know what I mean? Getting rid of my freedom, per se. So yeah, that's something that is still obviously in my brain, just kind of like, going through the factory and the refinery or whatnot. So we'll see what comes out on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. But yeah, it's like something that I've thought about doing for a while. I definitely think would be fun. The money is like, everybody talks about the money not being enough, blah, blah, blah. One, in the future, I pray that the school system gets treated better and changed in the future. And hopefully that would be... I keep completely losing track of what I'm talking about. Sorry, friends. Let me share this with you. My grandpa just sent me this powerful statement. He describes it as, and I'm sure it is because he always sends me good stuff. One who is mostly an observer thrives in good times, but suffers in bad times because what he is observing is already vibrating. As he observes it, he includes it in his vibrational countenance. As he includes it, the universe accepts that at his point of attraction and gives more of it. So the better it gets, the worse it gets, or the worse it gets, the worse it gets, while one who is a visionary thrives in all times. Sorry, I'm not a good reader, but, well, Yeah, I mean, my grandpa sends me like these really deep, really inspiring motivational quotes all the time. It's great. I love that. But forgot what I was talking about with the teaching. But yeah, I mean, that's something that I would love to do. I could do the podcast on the side. Um, one thing that kind of worries me about that is eventually I am going to be talking about much deeper things on this podcast. Um, much deeper things. So I don't things that employers may not want to, you know, see head, see head, uh, see. I don't even know what the frick I'm talking about anymore. It's only been 26 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus. Man, I love doing this. I'm sorry, guys. My brain is just slipping away right now. What the frick was I talking about? Um, People are watching right now, just short film, or just whatever I was talking about. Um, Whatever. If I keep talking about random stuff, I'm definitely not going to remember. So, I had to do with teaching, I believe. Oh, I almost got it, but no. Now, let's talk about the TV shows, shall we? And we're back. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Alright. I'm going to take a sip of this brew, and let's get into it. Alright, so, talking about some of the TV shows I've watched in the past, I'd say probably 2 weeks. So, let's start with Sexy Beast, a Netflix original. So, the first time I heard of this, saw this, whatever, it was on H3 podcast. They saw the trailer for it, I believe, probably like at least 6 months ago, probably a year or something like that. So I saw the trailer for it a while ago, and I was like, oh, well, that actually looks kind of cool. But never, saw where to watch it or anything like that. So finally saw an advertisement at the top of Netflix. Clickety-clacked right on that. Excuse me. I apologize. Clicked right on that, and then watched so there's 2 episodes out, or 2 seasons out right now, and I knew that there wasn't any story or whatnot behind it, so alright, sorry about that. I don't know why I'm burping so much. Okay, so there's 2 seasons, and I knew that there wasn't any story, so I was like, I'll start on the 2nd season, because it's probably, higher production value and everything like that. And they listened to the people about the 1st season, what was wrong about the 1st season. I don't know what was wrong, but I'm assuming they fixed it in the 2nd season. So, so basically what the TV show is it is basically speed dating. It's 3 guys and a girl, or vice versa. 3 girls and a guy. And basically, they do 2 separate stages. One is like a speed date with all 3 of them, and then the person eliminates one, and then they go on to a longer date with 2 of them. But the switcheroo that this show does, and it becomes glaringly obvious if you watch a trailer, is they all have like this crazy makeup all over their bodies. Like, you can still see the shape of their body. And it's not like, they're hiding that they're, like 700 pounds or something weird like that. But they do a very good job of hiding the ethnicity. I don't say that word enough. What like race they are, because sometimes I'm like, that person. I think that person's gonna be Asian. Just judging by their name. I think there was this person called Sakatore. I'm like, wow. I mean, that's probably gonna be an Asian, and it was a white person. I'm like, wow, that's a cool white person name. Um, it makes me think, why did the Asians get all the cool names? Well, basically, there's cool names in all races. But back to the plan. So basically, they all have makeup, right? So they don't know who each other are. And so the second stage, the people get, the person gets eliminated and they get their makeup off. And then at the end, they choose between the two longer dates, or, the guy or girl, whoever is alone, chooses between the two longer dates with the two people. And yeah, whoever wins, I guess, they date or whatever, but they all take off their masks. It's like one of those shows. See, here's the thing. This is why I wanted to talk about it today. Makeup's cool. It's cool. I like seeing the reveal. You know what I mean? But there's two things that I think this show really needs to think about. And I'm sure they have thought about it. I'd like to hear what they're thinking on it is one, it's super cringe. Because people in general are cringe. People are dating cringe. Young people are cringe. And that's what this show is doing. Young people on a date. I mean, I guess they're on camera as well. It's like, but it's just like really awkward at times and really cringe. Like, I don't know if they get these guys on purpose, because it's mostly the guys, honestly. But then again, I try and put myself in their shoes. I'm like, if I had a camera in my face, trying to like flirt with this girl or whatever, that would be pretty awkward. But then again, you're wearing the mask, so I don't know. So that's one thing. And the other thing that I don't like is every single person that gets unmasked is a runway model. So it's like, doesn't matter who you choose. I mean, yeah, their personality might be not good, but they're going to be attractive. That's the thing where I'm like, okay. I mean, I think they should throw older people in there as well, people looking for love of all ages. And also, like, throw in some mugs. Throw some mugs in there. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I think. But yeah, those are my two. Is quarre a word? Those are my two quares. Like something you don't like about something? I don't know. If it's not, I think I'm just gonna make it. Those are my two quares for that show. So yeah. Let's talk Schitts Creek. So my mom, I brought this up to my mom, like, yeah, have you ever seen Schitts Creek? And she said, I think one of the first things she said was like, does it get better? I'm like, okay, well, that tells me something about if you like the show or not. um, so, okay. So I was like, do you like it? She's like, yeah, does it get better? But yeah, she's seen like the first few episodes, I believe. And she asked me if I liked it, and I said I wasn't sure, or something like that. Kind of the way I'm about Sexy Beast. But then I thought back. I'm like, wait, I'm almost on season 4, so I probably like it. You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know, cause okay, basically, like, I can't promise no spoilers, but I'll try. You know what I mean? I'll try. Basically, Schitt's Creek, it is a show on Netflix, and it is basically like this, long story short of what the show is basically this rich family, something happens to them, all their assets and money gets taken away, and the only asset that they have is this town that they bought as a joke called Schitts Creek. And the rich now poor family moves into some hotel that's in there and just stays in the hotel. And basically, it just goes on. The dad is funny. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's Daniel Levy, I believe, is the dad, and him and his son are the creators of the show. So it's the dad, the mom. They have a daughter and a son. I like all those actors, and there's actors throughout the town. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, I like it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm hesitant to say, cause okay, this is one thing that I think this show is doing kind of weirdly. It's like, you're just going through the show, right? Okay, so basically, little backstory is the rich now poor family's son he's not gay, but I think it's called pansexual, where I think that means just everything, but I'm not sure. I do not know, and I'm not well versed in all of those things. So please, if I say it wrong, just put in the comments. I will change my ways. I believe that's what it is. So that's a little backstory. But basically, it's almost like if you're watching the show, if some young, slightly attractive boy comes up in the show, he basically turns out to be gay or something. The only one exception is, I believe, this guy named Ted, which is the daughter's ongoing, offgoing, maybe not, maybe boyfriend, trying not to spoil. But, as I said it, I remembered about Ted. But it's like every single other, person, boy that comes up, he's gay. I'm like, whoa. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? I hope that doesn't sound bad. I think it's just like a funny observation. Like, throw some straights in there, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know if that sounded bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll move on. I do like it though. So last one, SquidGame, Korean Netflix show that is literally been the biggest Netflix show that's ever been on Netflix, which is pretty crazy. Been number one for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about it. Now, if you're watching this and you've watched that, if you've watched it a different way than I'm about to explain, then God bless. But how I watched it is, I knew nothing about it, and I'm sure you've heard other people say this. And you're like, oh, Jesus, here we go. But yeah, it's the truth. I knew nothing about it. It was back when it was on that weird cover where it just had like the black Lego guy on the front with like, I don't even know what was behind him, but it was too trippy for me to even comprehend. And the description, I usually don't read descriptions, but I read this one and it gave me no indication. Maybe I'm just dumb, and maybe I just didn't comprehend it at all, but I'm pretty sure I read it and it gave me no idea about anything that would go on. But yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. But yeah, so I was like, I mean, it's been number one for like the biggest time. It looks kind of weird, with the mask or whatever. I'm like, whatever. I click on it, and it immediately puts it into an English version. And keep in mind, I thought it was an English movie. I knew nothing about it. Nothing. I'm like, what the frick? And I see and spoiler alert, well, kind of. The English dub version sucks. Like, it sucks so badly. It's like, you can always tell there's no, like, spatial awareness. I don't want to get too off track, but the English dub version, I was watching it, and I noticed that, obviously it wasn't lining up with their mouth movement. Plus the audio is like, you can always tell, instead of having spatial volume, like you see me on your screen right now, I'm like a little bit to the left or whatever, or right. If this was a movie and not a podcast where the mic's right here, the movie, you'd be hearing me on the right, a little bit away. But in this show, because it's dubbed, everybody sounds like they're on a podcast because the guy's just talking right next to a mic. He wasn't out there recording with an actual camera. And I believe that means that I'm not exactly sure if it means the background sound has changed. But if it is, then, you're done right there. But yeah, once I found out it was a Korean film, I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So I obviously watched it in Korean with subtitles. That's the only way to do it. And I'm not going to spoil it. But whoa. I don't know. I mean, I kind of understand why it's so popular with other people, but I know why it's popular with me. Koreans just know how to do this crap. Like, I'm not going into anything about the show just because I really don't want to spoil it in case anybody wants to watch it. But whoa, those Koreans, what I completely love and admire to the fullest of them is they really, really think outside of the box. Like, they really do. And the American cinematography mixes so well with the Korean cinematography. Like, it's just their storytelling, dialogue, everything. It mixes so well. I mean, I'm watching it the second time over right now with my little brother Spencer. He wanted to watch it, and that's the thing. I mean, he's been taking it fine. He's 15. But it's like on again, I don't want to get too far ahead, but Roblox has Squid Games, like a bunch. Roblox is for like, hey Siri, what age is Roblox for?
Here's an answer from computerhope.com.
7 and older. So, hey Siri, what's the average Roblox player age? Let's see this.
I found this on the web for what's the average Roblox player age. Check it out.
It doesn't help, but I think I saw the number 14, so maybe the age 14. But I know much, much, much younger, and I'm sure much older are on there. But I'm just saying, it's a children's game. People are all up in middle school and high school talking about that. High school is fine, but middle school, it's like, some of this stuff, I mean, it's just dark, It's just dark, and the things that make it, so dark is how well it's done. You know what I mean? That's the scary part of it, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be, like, it's hard to explain right now, but, yeah. I liked it, though. Amazingly well done. I mean, I'm not saying that it's perfect. I definitely don't think that. But, I'm not going to openly talk about what I don't like. I don't. I don't know. Maybe I would. See, the thing is, like, I'm trying to think if someone made a short film or whatever review about mine. I think I would want to hear what he would say negatively about it. I think overall Squid Game, it was a bit too much on the depressing side. I honestly think, here, this is gonna be a spoiler for anybody that hasn't watched, and then I'll just end it right after I do the spoiler. So if you don't want to listen to the spoiler, thank you so much for watching. I love you. Peace. All right. So the spoiler. I'm forgetting the girl's name at the end. The one got stabbed by the glass. So there's 3 left, and she got stabbed by the glass, and it's like, and she died, by the guy, the other guy. I only watched it once, but so I'm pretty sure. So the guy stabbed her, but low key, I just feel like they should have just been like, not stabbed her. I mean, I get it. It makes it so much more intense, but I really wanted her to live. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. Life is, maybe, who freaking knows? I don't want to get too deep into this. You know what I mean? But yeah, pretty crazy series, and surprising. I like that. Boom, surprising stuff you'd never think of. And the riot scene with the flashing lights, making me go epileptic. I mean, legit though. That is a way to make a scene intense. Just strobe lights, Jesus. Well, I shall end it here, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you enjoyed and got something out of this weirdness. Yeah, I truly do hope so. Well, sorry, it's on Tuesday and not Monday. I will be better. And I'm actually just going to start recording it like before. Because what I've been doing is recording on Monday or Sunday. And then sometimes I can't do it on Monday and Sunday. And then I'm like, well, shucks. You know what I mean? So, this is where I say au revoir. Until now, I will see you next Monday. Peace.